Welcome back. It's another episode of my Blueprints 8 Dare Challenge series. Last time, I didn't make a ton of progress, but I did lock in my 8th dare, which is a big deal, so I've got a full list of 8 dares now. And so, I'm just going to go through them quickly. I'm also going to take a screenshot really quick because kind of one of my first priorities is going to be actually replacing some dares at this point because there are some in here that are really giving me a lot of issues. Particularly dares number 1, 4, and 5. Those are the ones where like it's just really limiting my options for my drafting and my pathing through my house. So I'd really love to replace those, so I'm just gonna quickly save a screenshot off to the side so I can make sure that once I do start replacing dares that I can remember which one they replaced. So, without any further ado, let's get going. I always like to draft into one of these corners down here because I'm hoping to see a conservatory. Didn't get lucky this time, but observatory is also pretty good. I could get a star, or I could get 3 gems, which would also be really good. I'm gonna go with the 3 gems because 1 star is permanent progress, but it's not like the most amazing permanent progress, so I'm okay skipping that for now. This box is empty. This box is empty. This puzzle is harder than it seems. I remember this one. I'm pretty sure that this is false. And these are both true. So the gems are here. Puzzle really is not harder than it seems. I love that one. That's actually one of my favorites, I think. I don't really want to just go north here and just completely skip drafting on rank 2. So I think I'm going to take a dead end. Question is, do I go with closet or with nursery? I'm a little bit more concerned about steps now than I was a couple days ago because I do have the dare now that I can't ever go below 20 steps. On the other hand, closet could have some items in it that are useful, and it's still pretty early, so I'm going to take that. Key and a die, not really what I would have liked to seen, but helpful nonetheless. Let's see what I can make happen out of here. Commissary would be good, but it's not going the right way. I wish it was going east. I think it's going to be more important that I fill in this whole rank, apart from the west edge. Alright, give me a door going north so this day is not like 2 seconds long. Thank you. That's the issue with these dares that I have. It's like I end up with only one option for pathing through the house so quickly. Part of it is because of, my own choices, but the fact that I can only backtrack once, really, like I can only step in each room 3 times, it just makes it really hard to have multiple options of like paths going throughout the house because there's no guarantee I'll ever be able to return to the path that I took and then still get back to where I was before that. Anyway, commissary's good. And here, like, Under normal circumstances, I might just wait and not buy anything yet because I'm not sure which of these I'm actually going to need. But in this case, I do feel like my backtracking is going to be limited, so I'm kind of trying to decide between a sledgehammer or 4 gems. 4 gems are more likely to be useful. That puts me at 8 right now, which is just basically total freedom over what I draft at this point, which is going to be nice. I'll go with the chapel just because I have no coins to lose right now, and also I kind of like to save the courtyard for somewhere that's not on the edge of the house. It just feels like a waste since it's one of the only green rooms that doesn't have to be on the side. Mailroom would be good for tomorrow, but it's really not good for right now, where I'm trying to continue building the house. Which way do I want to go first? I'll go through the chapel first. There's another gem in here. Let's get an experiment started and hope for a dare experiment so I can start replacing. Okay, so I did get the right experiment. These triggers, though, are not good. I haven't played a drawing room yet, so that's probably the best one here. There's just no guarantee I'm going to be opening any locked trunks, especially since I chose not to buy the sledgehammer a moment ago. So this one, like, I'm pretty likely to draw the drawing room at least once. There it is. So I just got my first experiment trigger. I could choose not to play this, and then I would perhaps get to draw it again. That seems smart. Like, normally I would choose this here because of the pathing, but under the circumstances, I think I'll go with the breakfast nook instead. And actually, I do need more keys pretty desperately at this point, so it could be that's the right choice regardless. Okay, let's see what happened with the dare list. This is the same, this is the same, same. Uh-oh. Dare number 5 has changed from something that, in all fairness, I did want to get rid of it. I really didn't like what I had there before, which was never exit the house through the entrance hall. But what it changed into is my least favorite dare out of all of them. So right now I'm just trying to decide, do I even continue with this day, or do I just end it now? I'm guessing that if I were to trigger the experiment again, it probably would not have a chance to replace the same dare. It would probably choose a different one, but I don't know that for sure. So I'm just gonna keep going, just in case. So I did get another experiment trigger here. I also have to keep in mind what my options are for kind of like manually getting a game over in the event that I don't want to lock in this dare that I got. So, okay, what happened now? Okay, dare number 6 changed from never touch the center door in the entrance hall to never draft from a door facing south. That is also a downgrade that is worse than it was before. So I think this is probably just doomed, and I need to figure out how I can get a game over here because I don't want these to save. Let's see. I could just go ride the elevator in the boiler room. That's a pretty funny way to get a game over. It's just step onto an elevator and then the swim bird gets sad. Can I ride it from up here? I don't think I've actually ever attempted to ride it before after the puzzle's already solved. I probably have to go downstairs and then power it. Alright, game over time.
And I will say goodbye to my dreams and the sea. And wonder why daring.
Yeah, I mean, this just would have been a nightmare, complete disaster if I stuck with these dares.
Just like defeat.
The new dare number 6 that I got, so I got never draft facing south, while still also having the limitation that I can't draft all 5 rooms in a rank, and never enter a room more than 3 times. It's just like way too many limitations going on to the same aspect of the game at the same time. What I would love to see is like, I'm thinking like never eat fruit again. That's one of my favorite dares because eating fruit is completely not necessary to win the game. So it's a little bit of gambling here. I need to have it replace a dare that I don't like with a dare that I do like. And as we just saw, there's no guarantee that it's going to do that. But I do think that it'll be necessary for the long term because the combination of 8 dares that I have right now is very difficult. There's no getting around that. I could take the commissary, and then if there's a shovel in there, I would be able to afford it with my allowance. I'll give that a try. Nice. Okay, that's a pretty solid start to this day. There's a trunk here, which I feel pretty good about opening this now. It's gonna be a while before I run into any locked doors, and I get 3 more keys. That's really nice. Here, I don't want to go south because I already have a door leading into the other corner down here. So I think probably the closet is the play here. Silver key is pretty good. In fact, there's been multiple times already where I've like really been wishing for a door that has, or a room that has multiple doors, and then not gotten it. So silver key will be perfect for those situations. I think chapel has the best pathing here. But laboratory would let me start an experiment. So I'm going to have to go with that, I think. That's still kind of the main thing on my mind is getting the dare experiment going. Oh, but that is my last gem, too. I don't want to do that. See, like, even though it's pretty easy to get more gems, I just don't want to assume that I'm going to get more because as soon as I assume that, I'm just not going to find more and then I'll get a game over because I'm not allowed to end a day with 0 gems. That's one of my dares where I don't ever want to actually get a game over from that if I can help it, because it's a really easy one to play around. Brand is pretty interesting here. I don't think I've had that yet. Does use 2 gems, which isn't great, but it sets me up for possibly some other good stuff when I get other green rooms. And also I have a shovel. So I could try to make this a green room day. Yeah, sure, I'll take the patio, why not? Then I should have another gem here to pick up. Battery pack. So if I found a broken lever, I could actually make a jackhammer. That would be pretty sweet. There's no point to digging this up, but I just always have to do it. It turns out that this chapel was a complete waste because I'm just drafting around it, and I can't go out of this east door, so this is basically a dead-end chapel. I think I better go straight and not go north yet. Broken lever? Nope, it's a sledgehammer, but that could come in handy too. I'm up to 13 stars, which is pretty good. I'm making good progress on the stars. I actually do want this because I'm down to 1 path right now, and I could really use some 4-door rooms. Because at any moment I could just get a bad draft and everything could come to an end. Passageway seems amazing here. It does bring me down to 1 gem though, but I think I gotta do it. Would I rather have to deal with the archives or lose half my steps? It does bring me really low on steps when you figure in that I can't drop below 20 or I get a game over. But the archives are terrible, so I'm gonna go with the weight room. I think the morning room is good here for the gems for both today and tomorrow. Even though I can't, it's effectively a dead end because I can't draft to the south there. I think it's still the best choice. Oh, and also, items should be more common here because of the veranda. Not that I think I'm going to be finding a vault today, but now I've got a deposit box key just in case I do find it somehow. Should I use another silver key here? I think I'd rather use it along the edge of a house for a T-shaped room, because I already have 4-door rooms being more common without the silver key. I don't want to spend all of my gems on the cloister, so I'm definitely going to take the courtyard here. There's a metal detector in there. I think I want to go pick that up. And I have a sledgehammer, so I can open this. Ooh, okay. This is actually going really well. Only problem is I'm drafting a lot of rooms that can have security doors, and I do not have a key card. So that could end up punishing me pretty soon here. So I can't go through that door, but maybe I won't need to anyway. Great Hall could be good, especially since I have the metal detector. I've already gotten the upgrade disc out of here though, so the only reason I would really need this is if I think there's a chance of getting into the antechamber today, which I only have effectively 10 steps left right now, so that's just not going to happen. And I would also need to get out through the garage to even get to the basement. So the Great Hall might be kind of pointless. The only thing is, like, it does still have items in it that I could pick up. But I think the corridor or the pool are probably a little bit better choices. I'm gonna go with the pool. Running shoes might help a little bit. I'm like really close to being out of steps. Again, I really don't want to spend 3 gems here, so could be time to just bite the bullet and take the archives, but my main concern right now is steps. So I don't know, what are my options even about my steps? I could get a dining room and then make it to rank 8. I feel like that's the only thing I can do, because if I found a kitchen, it wouldn't help at all because I have no money. An apple, it's a little helpful. Guess it could be time to take the cloister. I might find some turnips in there too. There's usually dig spots, and I do have a shovel. Just feels so bad to spend 3 gems and then really not be able to spend my last gem. But I'm starting to run low on options, even though I do have quite a few doors available. No turnips. Oh! Why is there... I thought I already got this allowance token. I guess it must have been on a day when I got a game over. Like, I remember that happened once, but then I thought I came back here and got the allowance token again on a day that did save, but I guess not. Okay, well that's actually really nice. I wasn't even thinking about that. I don't want to spend a gem, so gotta be the pantry here. More than anything at this point, I'm just hoping for a dining room. Okay, well, in this case, I am actually safe to take the archive floor plan because the den is visible, so I know that this isn't the den. Let's see what this is. It's a bedroom. Not good, not bad. At least I can feel free to go in here without losing steps. I'm actually able to get into the antechamber at this point if I wanted to, but what would the point be, right? Like, yeah, I'd get the basement key, but I can't do anything with it unless I somehow found the foundation. think the corridor could be a better choice, because then I know the door won't be locked, and I'm a little low on keys now. And actually, yeah, like the Great Hall, since I'm down to 2 keys, there's no guarantee that I'd even be able to find the lever and then still get to the antechamber, so I don't know, that seems dumb. Like, that I wouldn't actually get anything out of that other than being able to say that I made it to the antechamber for the first time. Uh-oh. I'm really worried that this is the den, but I also don't want to spend a gem. Okay, that's better. Study, I don't think I've actually been in this room yet, so I can do the safe. And there's an extra gem for me here too, that's nice. I don't think there's anything else I can do here. And if I don't find food basically like now, I think I may have to call it a day. I'm at 23 steps. If I drop to 19, it's game over. So I need a dining room now. I don't remember, like, if you make it to rank 8 and then you draft a dining room that's below rank 8 afterward, I don't remember if it activates right away or if you actually have to walk back to rank 8 first. I think I can take the drawing room here, and then I get a few more shots at drafting the dining room out of the drawing room, and if I don't, then I think it's game over. Or not game over, but I need to call it a day at that point. Garage, that does nothing for me at this point. If I had more steps, then I could make something happen here with maybe getting into the antechamber. But I don't, so I think, I mean, like, also guest bedroom could possibly be the master bedroom, which would instantly fix my step problem. But that's a pretty long shot. So I'm thinking I just redraw here. Security, I think, yeah, I never actually got an experiment going today. So as a last ditch effort, I could go in there and try to do, like, immediately add a dare to my dare list. Oh, okay, never mind.
And I will say goodbye
I messed up.
to my dreams and the sea, and wonder why daring
I'm just predicting right now that that specific dare is going to be the one that actually causes the
just
most
like
game overs. It's just
defeat.
the one that I really have a hard time remembering and playing around. Heartbreaking, but we press on. So let's see, what did I actually lose from that day? I don't think... So I got the allowance token from the cloister, which I wasn't aware that I was even missing. But apart from that, I don't think I actually did anything yesterday that was important. So it's not too bad. Didn't lose too much other than time. I get the same parlor puzzle again. My favorite parlor puzzle, maybe. I remember there was another one that I thought was really funny too, but I think this was my actual favorite one. I don't actually want to dead end yet. I'm thinking I want to get a garage today. Oh, okay. I guess that's not happening. I didn't get a door going north here where I need one because I can't pick the den. So, I'll just take the storeroom here. That's not bad. That means that I can actually afford to buy the bacon and eggs too, which is nice. So I'm thinking I can't draft all 5 rooms on the second rank, so anything that I draft here is not going to actually give me 2 doors. It's only going to give me 1. So would I rather go north or west? I'll pick security because it lets me get an experiment going. And then I guess I'll just go into the breakfast nook now because this is effectively a dead end. So now I have 2 bacon and eggs in my pool. I think it's probably better to draft out of security because there's more corner rooms than straight rooms, I'm pretty sure. In fact, it'll probably be a morning room. Alright, I did get the dare experiment. Now, which trigger do I want? I think I have no bedrooms so far. Okay, so that's probably not the best trigger to choose. I'm thinking it's probably just when you draft a shop. I did already draft the kitchen, so that's not ideal, but I'll probably get the commissary at some point. If not anything else. The apple one, I feel like any time that I've tried to use this one in the past, I've ended up finding 0 apples. So I'm gonna go with the shop room one. That seems the most likely that I'll get at least 1 trigger. And then would I rather go west or east here? It's probably better to go east and go along the edge. There's the morning room, but it is going the wrong way, so that's not good. My only option here is dark room. Or, you know, I could just take the observatory and call it a day. But that wouldn't be very satisfying, so I'm going to take the dark room and pray that I do not accidentally draw a den here. In fact, I'll probably just pay for the one that costs a gem. It's most likely going to be a green room since it's on the side of the house. There's a chance that it could be a greenhouse and then it would be a dead end. I'm a little concerned about that, but I think it's the only way to guarantee that I don't get a den. So I got lucky here, and got an observatory, which is honestly, there's a good chance this is what I would have chosen even if I could see the choices. So I'm thinking, you know, this is pretty much the same choice I had last time. I'm gonna go with the weight room again. I think my steps are looking better now than they were last time because I had 2 servings of bacon and eggs today. I do have to keep in mind that I effectively only have 18 steps left now. Ugh. Archives it is, you know? Nothing I can do. That is the best choice, even though I hate it. And I'll take this archived room since I know it's not the den. And pantry would be useless. Oh, Great Hall. I don't have a metal detector and I only have 3 keys, so I'm not even going to bother touching the side doors right now. Just gonna go straight through it for now. Morning room is perfect. Happy to see that.
And I will say goodbye to my dreams and the sea.
I can't believe I did it again.
Daring
I need to stop doing
feels
this.
just like defeat.
That dare number 4, I just never would have expected it to be this difficult for me to process. I thought for sure it was going to be dare number 1, where I can't step in any room more than 3 times. Like, that one seems like the worst one to me, but the more I play, I'm like, that's actually not that bad. Or, you know, at least I'm not likely to accidentally lose a day to it. All my issues are coming from the fact that I just have it hardwired in my brain that I want to fill in as much of the house as I can, but I just can't. Can't do that. Okay, no game overs allowed today. I have to lock in. It'd be so funny if I just said that and then immediately misclicked on the den. It seems like every time I see this red room trigger, it ends up being the best one, because I just cannot guarantee that I'm going to get any triggers for the other 2, but I can at least, you know, if not guarantee, like, I can be pretty sure that at some point I'm going to have a red room. And as long as I'm here, I might as well turn the security doors down. Since it seems like it's just impossible for me to find a keycard for whatever reason. It'd be really nice if I could get the billiard room upgrade and get the break room going. Although I feel like I'm seeing strangely few billiard rooms too. I see the parlor all the time, but I'm just not seeing the billiard room nearly as much. In my mind, those 2 are like two different versions of the same room, one for keys, one for gems. So it's weird to me that I'm seeing so much of one and so little of the other. I'm actually going to double check. So billiard room is commonplace. Parlor is commonplace as well, so I don't know why I'm seeing So little of one. And of course, it is the same parlor puzzle again, because I just can't seem to get past day 15. Chapel would be good for the doors, but commissary would be good for the fact that I have 16 coins. This could go horribly wrong and then I dead end myself, but I do have the option to go back through the pantry instead. So I think that's probably the best choice. Do I want to buy a key? But the 10 coin key is so expensive here, but I only have one right now, and that could be a problem really soon. I could also buy 3 gems, but I already have 4 of those. It's a tough choice. I think I'll buy the key. Glad that I bought this shovel now. Ooh, a turnip is really nice. Okay, so actually I could even afford to go back and buy some gems now. Not going to do that yet because of my dare number 1, but good to know that I can do that in a little while. Just trying to decide if I want to use this key here and leave myself with no keys. I think I kind of have to. So I guess it's a good thing that I bought it. Then I probably just want to dead end myself here because I can't go all the way to the east side of the house. And I don't have an option to go north. So it's between closet and nursery. I think closet is a little bit better. Love the metal detector, so I'm happy to see that. I wish I would have had it a little bit sooner, though. Then I could have gotten some extra keys along the way. Okay, so it just occurred to me I did just go back through the courtyard, so I've been in there twice now. Which means that I cannot backtrack through there anymore. So that was actually bad. I should have gone back to the commissary first, and now I can't. This is looking like it's the boudoir, because there's dice in here. So I get a mystery reward that I still haven't figured out what it is, although my dice seem to be at 5 now. And I I think I got one from the closet, but I don't know where the other two would have come from. So I wasn't watching as the dice went up, but I'm guessing that the reward it gave me was extra dice, which is great. Like 5 dice, that's really nice to have right now. Especially since I'm down to 1 path at this point. Unless I somehow, by some miracle, manage to connect this back to the pantry. Oh, okay, well. I am allowed to step in the courtyard once more. So the day isn't over yet. I can go all the way back. Then I can buy stuff at the commissary. I could get another key. That seems like it would probably be the best choice under the circumstances. Now the question is, do I want to go out of the hallway or through the pantry? And I'm pretty sure the answer is the hallway. Because this, I would just be relying on a lot of luck to make sure that I would be able to get back up to this point. On the other hand, I do have 5 dice. So maybe that's not so bad after all. I think that's probably enough dice to make it pretty likely that I don't dead-end myself here, but we'll see if I regret saying that in like 10 seconds. Oh, I can't draft here, of course. Okay, this was dumb. But at least I realized before it was too late. So, I mean, I guess I just take the observatory then, because what else am I going to get at this point? I could, like, the only other thing I can think of is I could get a terminal and then possibly trigger the dare experiment once. This really doesn't matter what I choose at this point. It's just over. I guess I might as well just spend my dice and see if I can get something. Anything that would give me some sort of progress. Oh, no, I don't have the gems. Never mind. Oh, okay, clock tower would be good. Do I have any other tomorrow rooms? I just realized I already started an experiment. What was I saying a moment ago? My trigger, actually, wasn't it getting a red room? I just completely forgot about that. I don't remember if that was this day or a previous day, now that I think about it, but I think that I have an experiment going where if I draft a red room, then I get a dare. So let's see if that's true. Huh? What did I get? Oh, okay, dare number 4 is new. I don't like what it turned into, but what was it before? It was, I dare you to never draft all 5 rooms in a rank. Okay, so it's replacing the one that's been giving me the most trouble with one that's still annoying for basically the same reasons. But it might be a little bit better. It's easier to not forget, at least, I feel like. At the very least, I don't think that's worth, like, intentionally throwing this day away. I don't think it's worse than what I had before. It might be the same level of bad, but at least it's not worse. So I'm gonna stick with that. Just had to think about it for a minute there, but yeah. Okay, well, I wish I could get more triggers and maybe replace some of my other bad dares, but I think that's gonna be it for this day. Alright, On to the next one. Okay, so now I need to rewire my brain that I can never draft going south. But now I'm able to draft all 5 rooms in each rank, which means I'll be looking for a lot more of like a snaking path through the house. Because as soon as I go up 1 rank, I can't go back down. This does mean that now I can draft both corners, which is great because that's kind of one of the things that's bad about the other one is that since you only have 1 corner, or yeah, since you only can draft 1 of the 2 corners in the south, you only get 1 chance at the conservatory. And the conservatory, I think, will be very helpful for making progress through this challenge. Which way do I want to go first? I'll go this way first and just try to get the conservatory right off the bat. There it is. Hooray. Show me den. Okay, no den. But West Wing Hall. I'll definitely take that to commonplace. That's pretty good. Although it's not as good when you take my new dare into account. I feel like I probably still want it to be commonplace though, like even though it's not as good. It's still really good if I draft it coming from the south. It's just not as good as if I draft it coming from the east. So yeah, it's still a good room, I'm pretty sure. Foyer, I don't love that this costs 2 gems, but I do think it's got excellent synergy with the Great Hall that could come in handy. So I'm gonna put this at standard. Coat check. I don't see this being all that useful in this kind of playthrough. This is a much more late game, post game oriented room in my opinion. So you can save things like the Emerald Bracelet or the other big purchases from the showroom. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I would need to save from day to day. Maybe if I managed to put together a contraption, like a jackhammer. I don't know. I think I'll just leave it at standard. There's a chance that I would want to use it at some point. It is a dead end, though. I'll change it to unusual, like second guessing myself. But I feel like I'm more likely than not to be unhappy that I drew it. Like rarely will I be really happy to see it. Breakfast nook is good. I'll take that. Got 1 dead end and 2 effectively dead ends here to choose from. I think the closet is probably the best of the 3 at the moment, since I can't afford too much from the commissary. Oh, I do have a shovel. I don't know why I thought I didn't. Gems are in the black box. Gems are not in this box. Demons on the other 2 boxes are true. Okay, so it can't be in the black box because then all 3 would be true. So let's say it's in the blue box. That would make this false, this true, and this false. That would work. What if they were in the white box? That would be false. That would be false. Okay, so it's gotta be blue. Only got one choice here. Or I suppose I could redraw, but don't want to use my dice like that. So far, I haven't been able to take advantage of the fact that I'm actually allowed to draft all 5 rooms in a rank. Secret Passage could be interesting. I do have the gems to spare right now. But what would I really be hoping for? I don't know. I think spare room's probably better. I'll save the Secret Passage for something more specific. Hallway, it's got a wasted door here, but I think that's probably okay. Alright, 3 dead ends. Which one do I want? I think Morning Room looks the best here. I'm just a really big fan of this room. It's almost always got something useful in it. Along with the guaranteed 2 gems and then 2 gems again the next day. It's just really good. Which is why I like the Breakfast Nook upgrade so much. Okay, so whatever I draft here, I'm not allowed to actually go south. So I'm gonna go with security. Maybe we can replace another dare. Alright, so I'm just gonna do immediately add another dare, because I don't have any faith that I'm gonna trigger either of the other options. Let's see what we get. Oh, interesting. Okay, so dare number 5 before was never exit the house from the entrance hall. Now it's turned into the dare that I just had before over here. So now not only am I not allowed to draft facing south, I also am back to not being able to draft all 5 rooms in a rank. Honestly, that's, that sounds bad, but wait, and also, shouldn't that be giving me a game over? I guess it doesn't count retroactively in this case because it came into effect after I already drafted all 5 rooms. It seems bad, but on the other hand, it lets me have access to the outer room again, which I have not had for quite some time now, and I miss it. Like, the outer room is really good. So as much as this limits my drafting, and I hope that I can replace it with something even better in the future, I think I'm actually going to keep it. Now the challenge is to just not forget anymore. The 3 keys here might be too good to pass up. Also, if I manage to find a utility closet, I could actually go out and get the outer room today as well. Although it's kind of late at this point, to the point where I feel like it might not be as useful anyway. But I think I'm going to need those keys regardless. I wish there was a room that went straight east. But is it worth redrawing? I don't think it is. So I'm gonna choose either the nursery or the commissary. Question is which one? Commissary is probably better, because I can definitely afford something good in here. Such as the metal detector. And a gem, sure. Yeah, that's worth it. Pool is probably the best here, because otherwise I just won't get to draft anymore in this rank. Corridor is also tempting, or even freezer is honestly tempting. Do I want to go into tomorrow with 5 extra gems? That could be really good. It feels like a shame to just put a stop on the day early when I could potentially do more. But 5 gems would be so good. I'm gonna do it. Right. With that is going to be the end of this episode, so you can look forward to the start of the next episode where I'll be starting the day with 7 extra gems, I think, because I get 5 from the freezer, and then another 2 from the morning room. So tomorrow I have very high hopes for, even though I do have new limitations on my drafting. I'm not going to be able to draft from south-facing doors, and I'm not going to be able to fill all 5 rooms in one rank, but I can exit the house through the entrance hall again. So I'll have the outer room and I'll have 7 gems to use. So I'm excited to start the day tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.